Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency occupied?
CQ 40 meters, 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 CQ. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, any stations anywhere. CQ 40 meters, 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 Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, standing by.
We're going to see how well this works, folks, without the amplifier on the 45 watts. Hey, Bobby, good evening, and Andy, hi, how are you as well? Nice to see you guys on the chat. Don't know what the band will be like. We'll give it a shot here and see what happens for a little bit, but just trying to loosen a few things up, getting ready for tomorrow's big special event. So, got about a minute and a half here at 45 watts. We'll see if we can get a get a contact. We'll see what happens. So hopefully the amp will kick on. We'll be okay.
CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ 40 meters, any stations anywhere.
Good evening to you as well, Reed. Nice to see you there on the chat. Guess I'll vote that way. We'll give it a few more shots here. See if we can make a contact or two.
CQ 40 meters, CQ
40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ. Any stations anywhere, come with your call. Hey, it's just us guys on the chat on YouTube. Hey, how you doing? I guess I should have got prepared for that. I thought I was, but apparently not. Apparently not. So, we got another 10 seconds to go. We'll see what happens. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ and listening. Well, I see a couple on the waterfall. We'll see if they can come up to me. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 CQ 40 meters, CQ 40. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ and listening.
CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40 meters, CQ, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ on 40, CQ 40 CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Calling CQ and listening for any stations anywhere.
Wow, this could be a short-lived YouTube tonight, guys. I don't know. Hey, Andy, nice to see you out there as well. See you also show up tonight. We'll give a couple more calls and see what happens.
CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ 40. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Call in CQ, CQ, CQ 40 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Call in CQ, CQ, any stations anywhere.
Hey, hi there, Steve. Yeah, I need to put a whole bunch more quarters, apparently. I don't know what the station is down there, gosh, 7212 or somewhere around that. It's the only one I see on the waterfall. But by the way, Steve, you asked the other day if we were doing a special event or anything for Veterans Day, and I didn't get a chance to answer you because we were trying to put something together. So what we did, my friend, is we did come up with something, and I'm going to put it on the screen here real quick since there's nobody on the air. So there is the QSL card that will become available tomorrow. We're going to do a salute to service, and this is the card. Here's the page if anybody is interested. The special call tomorrow will be November 0 Victor, Norway 0 Victor. This is the page, so we wanted to make sure we did it right. So we've got some information on there. It means a lot to us, being a veteran, but also to get the word out for other people as well. We didn't do a link or a drop down, so we just got you can cut and paste a link. Which will take you back to the YouTube channel. We're going to do this on live on YouTube as well, but we've got a special loop Veterans Day type pictures representing the different services and stuff. We'll have a small screen up in the left-hand corner that will display the frequency we're on, and a really small screen with my face on it with the webcam. But we're going to be doing a looping screenshots, if you will, of some pictures that we thought were important. But anyway, if you're interested in some of the information, you need to send a SASE to receive a QSL card. There's only a limited number that we were able to get printed out in time. And in between now and tomorrow, even tomorrow, here's some really great ways to express your appreciation to any veterans you come across. So feel free to kind of read down through those. Get a big shout out to ARRL, Amanda O'Brien, who helped get the call registered for us in time, and then getting with QRZ. They actually opened up the call sign so we could get it listed, and then like it or don't like it, but that's my card that I designed, and I think it came out pretty good. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Of course, it's Veterans Day, Armistice Day, however you want to put it. The 11th month, the 11th hour, the 11th minute. So 11 o'clock, generally, wherever you're at, it's a 2-minute moment of silence. We're going to try to start about 12 o'clock. They're about Central Time tomorrow. We're going to try to be on 2017, whatever the bands are open. And then tomorrow evening, like we are right now, we're going to be on 40 meters. We're going to continue doing that. We have the call for the entire day, and we want to make some contacts. If you're veterans, if you're not veterans, it doesn't matter. One, come all. We want to make sure that if we have vets that check in, that they get, a little recognition for that particular time. And if you're not, fine. We'd love to have you in the log. You can certainly let other people know. I mean, you know how I am with pileups. We work with the best we can, but I'm hoping that the bands will be in our favor a little bit. Propagation will be okay. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. And I'm hoping that everybody will get something out of it. So we're going to call CQ a couple more times. And if not, this will be a really short, really short video tonight. But if there's nothing out there, you guys don't want to hear me all night. So, Steve, I hope you got that message. I've got an 80-meter dipole up in the air now. If you want to find a band or a frequency for me to go to, we can try it. But let me see if I can get something done here on 40 meters. So you guys take a standby and see if we can make a call.
CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, CQ. CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, CQ, 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 CQ 40 meters, CQ 40. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Calling CQ on 40, CQ on 40. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. QRZ and listening.
Thank you, Jeremy. Go to 20. Are you telling me that 20 meters is open? Question mark. Well, you guys tell me on the chat what you want me to do. We can shut it down and we'll be back tomorrow. You tell me what you guys would like, and we can do that. Again, I appreciate you guys being there, but if it doesn't make any sense for us, so there's no value of sitting here, then we'll just shut down and cross our fingers for tomorrow. So you guys let me know in the chat what you want to do, and we'll just kind of go from there. But Jeremy says go to 20. We'll flip over to 20, and we'll just see if anything is on 20 meters. If there is, there's a whole lot more than I don't know about it. So, well, how many people out there in the live chat can actually go to 80 meters? I don't know if we're going to have any more luck on 80 or not. It may not. I don't see anything here on 20. If you guys are seeing something I'm not seeing, you have to let me know. So, yeah, I'm trying, Jeremy, but again, I don't hear anything anywhere on the bands. I've got the beam pretty much pointed your direction. I've got nothing out there. So, yeah, again, it's whatever you guys want to do. If you're like, hey, Randy, thanks for trying, shut it down and come back later, we'll certainly do that. But the main thing is to want to say hi to a few tonight, kind of give everybody a little last update of what we're trying to do tomorrow for our special event, and kind of go that right. So Jeremy says 42, 14, 240, 224. Well, I don't hear anything. Jeremy, you're willing to give me a call if you want. I don't hear anything on my end. It's pretty barren. I don't really hear anything, so I don't know. Hey, I appreciate having 6 people on the view right now, but yeah, it's Shacking Greg. So, oh, okay. Wasn't sure. Steve, all I can tell you, if you're still on the chat there, 3880 around that range or something. I know there's some AMs around there or whatever. I haven't gone to AM or to 80 in a long time. But yeah, I don't hear anything at all, Jeremy. I just don't think we've got any propagation. I know we got storms coming through here anyway. We're supposed to get some rain coming through. They may have shut it down. I know there was a flare the other day that may have messed up a few things. So it's probably not going to be the best. I know I talked with Alex earlier on 20. We're usually 5-9 and 10 over, and we were about 5 and 5. So I knew the band wasn't in great shape, and I guess propagation is not helping us any either. So I wish I knew what the answer was. But yeah, I know, Jeremy. I see it too. I don't hear anything at all. So real quick, Steve, if you're still in the chat, send me an email real quick if you get a second, and we'll find a place on 80. Anybody else is welcome as well. But again, I don't know 80 meters very well. I haven't been down there in a long time. I know there's a group at 3916 we listen to. Most of the guys are out of Texas, but other than that, I don't know what frequencies are open and what nets are around on the bands and whether it would even work. Steve is on the other side of the state from me, so he's not terribly far away. Yeah, I know, Greg. 20 is dead. So, again, I want to make sure this is something that's entertaining for you guys, and listening to me talk probably isn't the thing that's very entertaining. So, I don't know exactly what the answer is. See, there's somebody.
In the last few days. But the communists now, the communist radio station that's putting out that spread spectrum crap all over the 40 meters.
Well, I appreciate that, Reed. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get contact with a lot of people. Yeah, Steve, I saw that. I'll write that down here real quick. Yeah, I hope the conditions are better tomorrow. We're going to be here regardless. I hope we can make a few contacts. I mean, especially for Veterans Day. But that's the only. If you guys notice, that's the only thing I see on the waterfall. We'll open it up a little bit, but right now that's the only thing that's on the waterfall. So, well, listen, you guys, I'm going to try to grab Steve down at 3823. I can leave the stream up real quick if you guys are interested and see if it works or not. If not, I'll shut the live stream off and hope to see and hear from some of you tomorrow. I mean, it's like, again, it's kind of whatever you guys would like to see here. So we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Well, we're down at 3823. A lot of static in the air. I don't know if we're going to get anything here either. So, Steve, if you're out there, go ahead and give me a call. See if we can hear you. I'm sorry, guys. Of all the months of doing this, I've never had propagation this bad. I just wasn't quite prepared for that. I was really hoping to talk to a bunch of you tonight, and it just doesn't seem to work out that way. I'd like to figure out some way to do an interactive with you guys, not just on the live chat, but on the screen as well. And I've been told there's a way of bringing people in through the OBS, the software I used, into YouTube, and I'd love to be able to do that for you guys that have webcams and have a round table. I wasn't prepared for anything, so I really don't know what to say here. So let's see if real quick if I'm here, K0RWB. Well, I'm glad. Let me tune this thing real quick.
On the air, live with Randy, red, white, and blue. Love it, brother.
Yeah, that sounds good in theory. Let me tune the amp here before I blow it up.
A lot of static crashes tonight. I don't think it's going to be good not for propagation.
No, that was probably me tuning up. I didn't feel like moving. So, okay, well, here we go. I haven't had a chance to use the antenna yet. So I know it wouldn't quite reach down here. So we are able to use the internal tuner. And I think it's on there. And then I had to retune the amp here. So we're about 600 on the peaks there, Steve. Go ahead. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Nice. Yeah, again, I apologize for the other night. I noticed you mentioned something on the chat, and you're the one that kind of put in the back of my head, because when I got done that night, I went downstairs and touched base with the wife, and I told her you had asked me about doing the event, and she said, well, why don't you? And I go, well, it's pretty short notice. And again, Amanda O'Brien from ARRL, I called her Monday, told her what I wanted to do, and I said I had a couple suggestions for a call. And within, she said, we'll do the application. And within about 20 minutes, she emailed me back and said it was approved. So that was pretty spectacular. And then I sent an email over to the folks at QRZ to get the page opened up so we could put some information on it. And that took maybe an hour at the very most. And then the rest of the day was designing the card, Steve, that we had put up on the page there. So it happened real fast, but I'm really glad that you gave me the idea to do it, because I actually kind of overlooked it.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. I'm glad it's all coming together for us. I really am. Really proud of our veterans. I've got a nephew that's currently serving. My son-in-law just retired the first of this month after 23 years in the Navy. So, I got a special place in my heart for those guys, you know what I mean?
No, exactly. I know what you mean here. Let me make sure I don't turn
that one off. And we're the same way. My wife and I are both veterans. We're both disabled vets, and my youngest daughter is serving currently, and her husband is also military. So it's pretty strong military background around here. And if you guys had noticed on the page I put up, and those are the latest statistics I saw, is almost 50% of the veterans just don't know, or don't really, or don't understand, or feel like an all shucks moment about when you say thank you for the service. And again, I put some information up on the page, other things that could be said. So it's not like there's no gratitude. It's just we just don't feel that way about it. It's just something that we did, and I feel the same way. If somebody says that, well, thank you for your service, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to say? Well, then I was told, well, thank you for your support. So that's kind of how it went from there, Steve, right?
Yeah, I didn't know till I read it on your post there on QRZ that a lot of those, almost 50% of them feel that way. It kind of surprised me. I thought I didn't realize it was that high. You know what I mean?
Well, I wasn't sure either, and I think a lot of it is probably generational. I would certainly venture to guess that if you talk to any of the World War II vets, they would have a different answer than maybe Korea and so on and so forth as you come further forward. I mean, my era was the 80s up until 2017, so a little bit different. I got some of the other campaigns than others did. Vietnam folks had it by far the worst and so forth. But again, tomorrow's a day to recognize all those folks, no matter where they're at, and not just and the spouses and family members as well, because it's not just the military members serving, the family serves as well, the wives and the brothers and family. I mean, they all serve. So tomorrow's the day just to say, hey, thanks. And again, I put a couple of things on there what you could do to kind of help them out there, Roger.
Hey, yes, sir. I appreciate them. I really do. And I appreciate you doing that. And I'm glad I put the bug in your ear, so to speak. So I'm really, really happy. It looks like these meetings are going to work out in the nighttime for me and you. Once the sun goes down.
Well, the storms that are coming through here just in the last hour, are probably going to be heading your direction. And again, it wasn't the greatest propagation this afternoon on 17 and 20. I was hoping that would dissipate and, we would get better conditions. But when Alex and I talk, and we're only 5 and 5, I wasn't getting a warm fuzzy. But again, we have to get out here in the evenings. We don't know until we try it. So we try it on 40 meters and nothing. So you have no idea how I appreciate the folks that are on the chat here, Jeremy, yourself, and Andy and Glenn and a bunch of others, stormtroopers out there, and Reed. And there's no way to get any contacts tonight other than yourself. However, I will say that if there's other stations that are out there, they're more than welcome to break in. We'll just do a round table. We'll do something different tonight, and we'll just have a round table.
Oh, sounds good, brother. Hey, did you say you're going to start about noontime tomorrow, over?
Yeah, hang on, Steve. We had a station come in there. Come back with your call again, please. Good Lord, Bobby, you can hear us all the way out in North Carolina?
Well, I'm trying to talk to you there, Randy. Yes, sir. I can hear you about S8, S9 there.
Well, hey, there you go, Steve. We got Bobby out in South Carolina. He's another regular, plus yourself. Hopefully you two can hear each other as well.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina there, Steve. Yeah, I hear you. You ride a 5'9" there, okay?
Yes, sir. You 5'9" here, too. Back to you.
That's a good deal. Y'all carry on, Randy. I just want to let you know I could hear you here on this band. I think that's a new band for us there, okay?
Well, I was just going to look, and we've gotten 20 and 40. So you're right. This is a new band. And again, this is another bug in my ear from Steve a couple of weeks back when he asked me on the chat, hey, do you have an antenna for 80 meters, 75 and 80? And I said, no, I did have, but it's not up. And the one I did have was actually falling apart. So I actually went over to a store on the Kansas side and got a store-bought 80 meter dipole. And so here we are.
Yeah, you sound good. Y'all carry on. I didn't hated to bust in there on you, but I was afraid the band changed there, okay?
No. Again, if it means tonight's a little different, we do a round table, by all means, that's great. I don't anticipate getting a whole lot of folks. If there are, they can come in at any time. We'll just keep passing it around. It's not a big deal. Again, I just wanted to make sure everything was going to work. To me, tomorrow's the big day. That's what I'm really getting excited about, and that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. We're going to try to work. Steve, here, take care, Randy, and I'm going to get back on the side and get you there. By the way, Steve, I'm in northeastern North Carolina, about 50 miles southwest of Virginia Beach here.
Oh, Roger, yeah. I rode motorcycles over there once.
Where are you located?
I'm in southeast Missouri, southeast corner over here, just west of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, if you know where that's at.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that. All right, sounding good. You are a little louder than Randy there, but don't tell him I said that, okay? Yeah, I am too. I'm running about 1,200 whiskey. All right, y'all carry on. Catch you later, Randy. Always good to hear you, my friend. K0RWB in the group, W4TSH. Y'all have a good evening.
Okay, Bobby. Tell me real quick, are you on the Flex? Or are you on something else because you're 5'9" plus 5?
I'm on the Flex tonight. Last night I was on the Icon. I'm on the Flex tonight, over.
That's what I thought. Boy, it sounds really good, too. I'll tell you real quick, Steve. This is what Bobby's good about. He'll call and call and call until you make contact, and he can't wait to get out.
That's right.
I know a lot of people like that. Hey, but more to the story, my partner Mike there, K7JN over there in Bullhead City, I turned him on to you, and boy, he's been plugging away, giving you to-dos, and, hyping you up there on the internet, and I'm doing the same thing, so hopefully you got a lot more subscribers now than you did a month ago, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Actually, it's doing quite well, and there was a couple today. Again, I didn't go into doing this channel to get all these. I believe me, I appreciate every single one of them. I'm hoping that there's some small thing that we do, not me, but you guys. This is what makes the channel, is what you guys do, what you say, what you bring to this. If somebody gets a little bit of something out of it whenever we're on the air, hey, great. And if that means people are willing to subscribe and want to come back later, great. And Bobby was one of them right there in the beginning. Bless his heart. I don't care what people say about him; he's still a great guy in my book. But and that's really what it is. And I almost feel embarrassed to go, hey, this is cool. And I will say this: we're getting really close to 500 subscribers, which I never ever thought would happen. So maybe that'll happen tomorrow. Of course, that's not our call sign. It's just the special event. But you'll have. Unfortunately, I couldn't do a tab or whatever. You have to kind of cut and paste a link. Well, that rolls over to my normal channel we're on right now. And if people want to do that, fine. Again, it doesn't matter either way. If you enjoy this and you enjoy listening to conversations and things people have to talk about, hey, great. But, again, it's been a whole lot of fun. And, it's people like yourself and Bobby and Reed and Jeremy and Ohio and just go. And Todd just came, hey, Todd, how are you tonight? And that's what makes this thing so much fun. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger. What I love about this. It's not like a lot of the other nets. Me and you can actually sit here and talk for a little while, and you're not trying to shoot me off like some of these other nets do. And that's what I really like about it. And we talk about anything, everything, and But tomorrow, the special day. In addition to hitting you up, there's a bunch of specials going around. A lot of the battleships are going to be doing not contests, but special events from the battleships, and that's going to be pretty cool. So I plan on hitting up as many of those as I can, in addition to you. So, hey, appreciate it, brother. I really do. Back to you.
Well, I was going to tell Bobby. He's probably just back there listening. Like I said, Bobby's the one that'll call and call and call to make a contact with you and say, hey, how you doing, and leave. And I was going to tell Bobby, well, here's the thing about Steve. Steve will call once, and once you get him, he'll be there forever. So, now I mean that I mean that in a good way, because you both are great to talk with, and especially Steve. You got lots and lots of stories, and that's the thing. Of course, with your background, it's not uncommon. You wouldn't have lots of stories, but it's still fun anyway. Go ahead.
Roger. Hey, I remind myself of a girl I used to date. She had a peacock. Darn thing never shut up. The peacock was pretty cool, though, over.
Yeah, tell me about it. I had that earlier. We were watching some kind of a little video clip or whatever off of Facebook. This girl had a wedding cake, and with just a white icing, no design on it or nothing, and she had this upside down vase and was pouring all kinds of different colored toppings on it and sprinkles and so forth, and she'd set it on the top and was rotating it back and forth, and little by little she was going to lift it up, and then all this stuff inside this little vase would come down over top of the different layers of cake. Well, I sat there for 10 minutes, and she kept explaining it. She's getting ready to lift this thing up, but didn't do it. And then she started moving this thing around, talking about this and talking about that. And here's all these people on the live chat. And so these are 10 minutes of my life I'll never get back again. So I finally had to shut it off. I'm hoping that we're not doing that here, or I'm not doing that here tonight.
Oh, no, man. Hey, let me back off a little bit and see if you got anybody else out there. And I see a few more chatters popped in there. Let them see if they want to get in. This is K0JX, I'm going to back off for a minute. Back to you, Randy.
Well, no problem at all. We can do that. Matter of fact, we just kind of jumped down here and started talking, but I didn't see a whole lot on the waterfall. So we'll do that real quick. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, unfamiliar territory, down here on 3823. Do we have any other stations out there we'd like to stop in and say hi this evening? Come down with your call sign.
Whiskey Papa Sugar. I'm going to text you guys and see if they can get you.
The Whiskey Papa Sugar station. Could you try it again, please?
Kilowatt 5, Whiskey Papa Sierra.
Okay, got it that time. Whiskey 5, Whiskey Papa Sierra. Keith, if I put it in there right, down just north of Little Rock there. Go ahead.
That is correct. Yeah, name is Keith. Just sitting here scrolling through the band, not much to listen to, and I heard you coming through there. You're about 10 over on my.
Well, I appreciate that, Keith. The name here is Randy, and the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And my friend, we generally are on 40 meters. We do a live stream on YouTube on 40, and we started a little bit before 7 o'clock, and we called and didn't get any replies. And I've got some people here on the live chat, and we've got another microphone we can talk to these folks. And my friend Steve, who's down by Cape Girardeau, Missouri, suggested 80 meters, and we had just gotten this antenna up last week, have not had the opportunity to use it yet, so here we are on 80 meters. But gosh, thank you so much for coming back to the CQ. Nice to work you here. It looks like for the first time in my log anyway. So anyway, thanks and welcome aboard.
Hey, thanks. So what kind of antenna?
You know, we're just using it's an 80 meter dipole. And I got one leg headed due east, and the other leg is maybe southwest, so not a great orientation. One leg is maybe 8 foot high, and the other one's maybe 6 foot high. So I guess you could call it kind of like an inverted V, give or take. But it's a store bought, and it better work for what it costs there, Roger.
Yeah, Copy that.
Out of man of prosperity.
What I'm plugging off of right now is the homemade dipole. At least I made the legs for it. And it's just, broadside to north-south. That's the only orientation I can get it on my lawn and actually keep it in my lawn and be straight. But it's sitting around 35 to 40 feet right now, all the way across. And even though it could benefit from some more height, that can still get that.
Well, I think just about any antenna would certainly benefit from height, but I think this one here is maybe 30 to 32 foot at the apex. You've got it on a cabling system, and on this particular side, we've got a guide wire right above it, so we didn't want to get up too high just in case. We're going to have some interference, so so we got it a little bit lower than usual there, Roger.
Right, understood. I've got so many long wires out in my yard right now that I have to be kind of careful to keep everything spaced out here. But I'm getting ready to go. Tomorrow while I'm off work, I'll probably go out there and put up another one.
Yeah, well, there's a few people out there that their stations are never done. They're making new antennas or tweaking them, altitude, different layouts, heights, configurations, and that stuff. And it's way above my pay grade. I know enough to be dangerous, and I certainly don't want to blow up any equipment here inside the shack. So we'd like to let the antenna do the work, and we let the people who do that more than I do put them together. And I know, again, that's the great thing about the hobby, Keith. There's something here for everybody. Where, like you said, you want to build antennas, or people are rebuilding amplifiers, or whatever the case may be. There's something here for everybody. You put a microphone in front of me, and I'm probably the happiest as I can be. And I'm not necessarily sure that some of the other people out there may think that way, but it kind of happens that way. So, yeah, this might be a fallback, actually, Keith. It's been a long time since we've been down here on this band, and didn't really think it was that good. But we did talk to our friend Bobby in North Carolina just a few minutes ago before you came in. So I guess it's a little bit better down here in 80, other than the static crashes there, Roger.
Oh, Roger that, and especially once it gets on into the ninth, 80's where to be. I mean, you'll hear a lot of arguing and political stuff. But, other than that, there's some good news down here, and I like it okay. I like the DX on 20 quite a bit, and so I spend some time there. But unfortunately, when I get home from work, most of the time the sun is gone. The sun is kind of fading.
Yeah, we try to stay away from touchy subjects. Again, when we're streaming on YouTube, we try to make this about you guys, and not so much what I have to say, but what you guys have to say, or things you've been working on, or whatever. And some of those topics and so forth, I have nothing against them. It's just something that we don't necessarily do here on my channel on the live stream. And I know it's real prevalent, on this band and some of the other ones as well. And again, it's okay. I'm not discounting anybody from doing that. We just kind of roll down the band. From that stuff, you can really set people off, sometimes in the wrong way, and that's something that we don't want to do. We want to be a good steward of amateur radio, and we don't like to get into the mudslinging and those kind of things. This is a happy channel. It's a happy net. So K5WPS. Maybe we lost Steve. I hope not. Steve, are you still in there? Well, maybe he just took a standby. Hey, no problem, Keith. No problem at all. We'll just keep going here. Again, this is not how we were assuming the day or the evening was going to start, but, that's okay. It is what it is. Hey, I looked your page up here, and it looks like you're a fairly new general. Hey, congrats on that. And I'm sure the world of amateur radio has really opened up for you, so that you've got the general class now, Roger.
Well, Roger that. I couldn't even do it for the longest, but finally, just
right before field day, you decided, you know what, I just need to do study up to do it. It's not like I wasn't prepared, it's just that I just didn't feel comfortable taking it. So I finally went in on field day and took it in Conway, Arkansas. They have a great club up there. They had a great field day site, plenty of views there and stuff. So took it and actually passed it and was able to kind of use my equipment.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and you can do when you have a chance to work field day. We've been down in your area quite a little bit over the last several years. Really enjoyed the area. And of course, we'll a lot of times we'll come down to Branson, which takes us down into Conway, of course, the back way. It's a little shorter, but it's as long driving wise because of all the, the single lane S turns and so forth. And then sometimes we'll go down through Fort Smith and then come into Conway and go into Little Rock and North Little Rock, of course. We've been down there several times the last couple of years for the bike race in the fall, the Big Dam Bridge. I'm sure you're familiar with that, or probably heard that term. And we've stayed on both sides. We stayed up in North Little Rock a couple of times. We stayed down in Little Rock. We've actually stayed across the street from the convention center there, there on the river, to get ready for the bike ride in the morning. I will say this, along that strip down there, you guys are really fortunate. You got some terrific restaurants in the entire area. I mean, and everything you can think of. I mean, from some great seafood to steaks and everything in between. I mean, I tell the wife every time we go down there, we got to try a couple of new restaurants, and it just never fails. You guys are really fortunate to have really great restaurants in your area.
Yeah, that is a cool thing about that area. Once they revitalized it, it really took off. It has a lot of restaurants down there that people like, all the way through Little Rock. And we've even kind of connected the two historic districts, touristy districts, between Little Rock and North Little Rock. Go to North Little Rock, there are really good bars and restaurants and that kind of stuff over there too.
Yeah, I have a feeling if I had any longer amount of time in town there, I could really put on some weight, because it never fails. Again, we're there for usually a couple of days at a time, and we try a new restaurant every day that we're there for an evening meal, and I mean, it's just amazing that the restaurants that are in the area. Does make you a little jealous from time to time. So, well, very nice to have a chance to chat with you, Keith. Like I said, this is really kind of unusual. We didn't think we would end up down here. I have no idea if there's anybody else out there. We do try to make a call from time to time, especially on 40. Again, I don't know what's going to happen here, but it's very nice to work you for the first time. And again, if you're out and about in the evenings, we're generally here on 40 meters, not 80 meters. But we do this live stream in the evening, so our QSO is live, of course, on YouTube, but it's also being recorded. So if you're interested in actually listening to our QSO to actually see what you sound like on the air, you can go to YouTube in the search bar, put in my call. That's my channel, my call, K0RWB, and look for the video with today's date on it. And about I would say about 35 minutes in, fast forward to that part, if you're interested in Keith, and give a listen and see what you think there, Roger.
Roger that. I'll check it out later on. I'll get this info plugged in here and see what's there. But if it's not, and good luck with the program and everything. Since you do have people that watch, I'll say this: everybody remember the gentleman. Come on here and have a good time. Talk on radio.
Yeah, again, we've got a really great community here, and if you're going to be on the airwaves tomorrow playing radio, we're running a special event tomorrow for Veterans Day, and we're going to try to start around noontime Central. We're going to have a special, we'll be on a special event call tomorrow, and we've got a really cool Veterans Day slideshow presentation that we're doing, as we're going to do the live stream like we are right now on YouTube, and hopefully the bands will be a little better. We'll be able to make some contacts and so forth, and we also have a commemorative QSL card for those that are interested as well. So if you happen to have a chance to play radio, you're not working, whatever, if you hear us, give us a call, and we're going to try to be back tomorrow evening as well, back on 40. If the conditions hold, and we'll see how that goes. But nice to have a chance to chat with you, Keith. Thank you for coming back to my CQ, and good signals. Well, 5 and 7 to 5 and 9 just the entire time. So I'll say 7 threes for you now, and hope we'll have a chance to talk again real soon. Kilo 5 Whiskey Papa Sierra. This is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7 threes. Well, we got some static crashes here in the area. We'll see if we can get another call. If not, I think we better shut it down just for safety's sake. But we'll try it one more time. K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ. If there's any other stations, so you come with your call, please. Well, we'll try it again real quick. Static crashes are getting harder, and we've got some thunder outside the window. We'll try it one more time. K0RWB, QRZ.
I hear about 3 stations that are calling you, and if you hear me, I'll talk to you later, buddy. I'm going to watch this rocket go up with these astronauts. Good talking to you, W4TSH. Good night.
Okay, Bobby. Yeah, I'm not able to hear it, and the crashes are getting louder, but nice to see you're hanging in there, and hopefully we get a chance to connect tomorrow. So take care. Have a good night. I think we're going to shut it down as well here, so on the air, and we'll spend a few more minutes here on the live stream. So K0RWB in Kansas City, we're going to be clear, and QRT for safety. Okay, well, there's not many left, but again, Todd, thanks for stopping in and say hi. Steve, I know it's getting pretty bad, so I'm hoping we get it better tomorrow. But for everybody who came in on the chat, Reed, Jeremy, Steve, of course, nice to talk with you, Bobby as well. Hey, thanks so much. Really, it's kind of an unusual night, and you guys kind of hung in there. Hopefully tomorrow will be more entertaining. Again, I'm looking forward to see what you all think about the slideshow we're going to do. So, yeah, Andy, you too. So anyway, thank you guys. We're going to call it a night, I think. We're going to unplug. I think something getting